So I'm Sean, and I'm joined with Karthik here at the Commerce Shop. Today we're going to be discussing holiday CRO. And just so you know, we ask that you stay on mute for the duration of this. If you do have any questions, if you look down at the bottom of your screen, there's a little chat button. Hit that, put your questions in the chat, and we'll address them as they come up. You don't need to hold them till the end. So if we're on a slide and you see something that you have a question about, feel free to type it out, hit enter, and we will address it as they come up. This meeting is being recorded, so we'll send a copy of the recording out, whatchamacallit, once things are completed. As I said, stay on mute. Questions in the comments. I think I got everything right, Karthik. Did I forget?
All
Okay.
good, Sean. Yeah, that's
Okay,
perfect.
thanks. Okay, so let's go to the next slide and dive in. So as I said, I'm Sean. I've been with the Commerce Shop I have 12 plus years of experience in conversion rate optimization. And Karthik, he's our VP of growth, and he has 15 plus years of experience in e-commerce growth and CRO, and he's passionate about driving AI-powered results. And then for the structure today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, CRO, and give you a little bit of information about that, information about us, how to approach CRO during this time period. We're going to look at conversion rate optimization along with channel optimization, focusing in on email, the user experience, and speed. Oh, and please put in the chat if I talk too fast. I'm from New York, so sometimes my speed gets a little ahead of me and I got to remind myself to slow down. So if that happens, please don't hesitate to call me out on it. Got a little bit of a motor mouth. Then after that, we're going to look at the checkout and conversion rates around that, and then focus on the conversion rate around personalization and retention. Final topic, we're going to be diving into conversion rate optimization matched with AI, and then open it up for any additional questions at the end. But as I said, if you do have any questions as we're going through these slides, please hit that chat button, type them out, and submit them. So an interesting thing to dive into the topic about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it's won or lost by your conversion rate. They notice that there's an 80% of Black Friday, Cyber Monday visitors never reach the checkout. Checkout abandonment is high throughout the year, but it gets especially high during this time. If you think about it, lots of websites, they're giving you limited time offers, lots of promotions, lots of options. There's lots of competition in the field. So if there's anything on your site that's going to be a hiccup or a friction point, people are going to bounce because there's so much out there to explore in such a limited time when they want to take advantage of the offers and the shopping. And I was saying, what does that look like? So for every 1 second delay, you're going to see a negative 7% in your conversion rate. So the longer people are waiting for your pages to load, to be responsive, for the checkout to process, they're going to bounce and go someplace else. And along with historic trends, mobile conversions are lower than desktop conversions. That's true also during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's a 30% difference. So mobile converts at a 30% lower rate than the desktop. How do we know this? We've been in the business since 2009. We've conducted over 500 plus conversion rate optimization audits. So that's over 15 years experience. And we've done over 100 plus A/B testing for our clients. Okay. So quick question, where do you think your store loses 20 to 30% of sales? Is going to be option 1, slow site speed. Option 2, poor UX and checkout friction. Option 3, distracting pop-ups, weak trust queues. Or option 4, cluttered mobile layout. And let's see, if you're feeling lucky, you can put your guess in the chat. We'll see if you're correct. Now remember, all these are going to affect your conversion rate, but what's going to hit in the 20 to 30% of sales? If no one's going to guess, Karthik, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah, fine, Sean. I mean, actually, if you see all four, actually, what makes a contribution to the drop in sales?
Oh, all four
So
do?
the answer
Okay.
is the answer is all the above. Yeah.
Okay, I read that slide wrong. Sorry about that. But yes, so they all are going to affect your conversion rates. Okay, so how is understanding holiday CRO, like how is it different from normal CRO? As I mentioned back earlier, it's a shorter buying window. Usually there's a limited amount of time for these deals. So there's less room for error, which means every friction point is going to be magnified during peak shopping season. Because think people, they're shopping online all year round, but these deals, it's usually one day or a couple days that they have to take advantage of it. And sometimes it even gets to that down to specific times during the day. And also you have to be aware because traffic surges magnify issues. So tiny friction points become massive revenue blockers when traffic spikes over 10 times. One thing, side note, you also want to check is you want to make sure you're hosted on a reliable platform because platforms do experience blackouts during this. So you want to make sure your shop is set up, it's stable, and you're on a reliable source. Because, if you hit that blackout, that's money off the table. No one can purchase. And also, there's an accelerated CRO cycles. So CRO testing cycles must be compressed from months down to days to test for holiday readiness. So usually you could have weeks or months to run A/B testing to see what's going to work. But in here for the holiday conversion, it's a much shorter window. So you want to make sure everything is fine-tuned and aligned once the season starts. Holiday CRO, it's all about speed and precision, so you can't afford to wait. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Karthik, and he'll go more in depth with the rest of the presentation.
Great. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for the introduction. So myself, Karthik, and I'm VP Growth, and I have experience optimizing websites in terms of CRO for 15 plus years. And I've done around 500 plus audits so far from my end. All right, so coming to the topic. So if we wait, let me pull this down for convenience sake. Yes. All right. So every CRO has a process, and we have to approach in the way so that it gives access to us. The first point starts with measure. I mean, without measuring, you don't know where you want to apply the CRO in first case. For example, we have to understand which part of my which part of the funnel my users are leaking, which part of the which channel actually my revenue is leaking. So we have to understand and measure the source and the conversion rate from our end. Next, identify the pain point. Once you measured and you found that there is a problem, there is a gap over there, you have to identify the root cause. What could be the reason? Once you identify that, you have to hypothesize. What is hypothesis here? For example, I assume that my product page is not converting well because the CTA is not properly laid over there. The trust factor is not proper over there. The pricing point is proper. Pricing is not mentioned properly over there. So I assume I hypothesize the problem. This could be the issue, and I start running the A/B test to my end. As I told you, let's go the simple. Problem. Say my reviews are not shown above the fold. Normally, it's recommended for us to show reviews above the fold. So now I assume that this could be the reason. What I do, I run actually two tests I run A/B test with two variations. One is actual, other is the variation. So with the reviews in the top, now I'm testing it. After testing it, once I see the results, which means I got the results positive, my hypothesis seems to be successful from my end. So I got the positive result from my test. Then I need to scale from there. That's what the CRO process is all about. So it starts with measuring the problem, identifying the root cause, hypothesizing the what issue, testing, and then after that scaling. So when it comes to website, actually we have three parts. One is experience optimization. Once the user comes to the website, how am I making the journey comfortable, right? So we're starting from the product page or category page to the checkout page to conversion. How am I making the journey comfortable for the user? That's very important. That's the number one factor here, experience optimization. Number two, checkout and conversion flow. The user actually is convinced with the product. The user actually wants to buy. Now I want to make sure that that buying process is made simple for the user. So it's very important. Actually, we do the checkout and conversion flow optimized. Number 3, personalization retention. So this third part actually is a bit different from the other two because the third part comes mostly in the mostly at the time where the purchase is done. Now to retain them, to to make them a loyal customer, what kind of offers, what kind of engagements I'm doing from my end. So that's what we have going to cover in the session from our end. So before I dive in, I just want to mention what are the major CRO mistakes normally people make. All right. So first one, making too many changes at once. As I told you, once I have I found that my product page is not converting better. My the funnel is leaking at the product page only. What people do is that they make multiple changes at once and try to test it. For A/B test to happen, you can't have multiple things to happen at the same time because we don't know where the issue actually was. Which change made the positive impact, we don't know about that. And also, when you do multiple changes, some might contribute positively, some might contribute negatively. So it's very important you do one change at a time and then A/B test so that it's easy for you to find out whether the change you made is working or not. Number 2, ignoring data and relying on gut feel, right? For CRO to happen, especially, you have to go the data. Because, say, for example, I assume my CTU is an orange color. If I change it to yellow, it will work better. That's a gut feel. There's no statistics for that. So CRO doesn't happen like that. CRO purely goes based on the data. So you have a data and then test it out. Number 3, copying competitors blindly. So if you look at the competitor, for example, this strategy worked for another, what person in my industry. This, what CTA work for this website, my industry. That won't happen like that. In our experience, for experience, each website has a custom requirement. Though there are no default things to have on a website, when it comes to CRO, it always has to be customized. So copying competitors is one of the major CRO mistakes. And overusing pop-ups and urgency tactics. If you see some website, the moment you land in, it will have pop-up. The moment you trying to interact with the website, it will have pop-up. So for us to travel from one page to another page, say we are traveling from home page to category page to product page, you will get at least 5 to 6 times pop-ups coming up. That actually is irritation. That's not a conversion point at all. So some people think that pop-ups actually are good for conversion. They may overuse it. That's going to work in a negative way for you. And urgency tactics. Tactics has to mean, when it comes to urgency, real urgency creates a FOMO factor over there and improves the sale. It does not work the same all the ways. That means it has to happen. Last one, running A/B test without enough traffic or time. For example, if you want to if you're running an A/B test from your end, you have to give sufficient time for it to perform and and have the results. You can't have an A/B test running in 2 days and 3 days and decide from your end. That will be a wrong thing to do from your end. So you will have to get enough traffic and then enough time for you to A/B test. So these are the 5 major mistakes businesses make when it comes to CRO. Okay, now again, one more poll I want to go for it. How much of CRO requires redesign, you think? Website redesign. I given the options over here, 10, 30, 50, any guesses from your end? You can put in the chat if possible. So how much of CRO you think requires redesign, website redesign percentage? Anybody want to give a try?
Okay, so Adam weighed in. Adam said 10%.
10%. Okay.
Anyone else?
Adam, I think. Okay. So I think now we'll have Adam. All right. Okay. I'll reveal the results right now for you guys. It actually is less than 30%. So Adam is also right, 10%. So it's actually less than 30% because most people think that when the moment they heard the word CRO, they hear the term CRO, they think it is about website redesign. They think it is about your UX. It is not always like that. So only 30% is and 30% is website redesign. Remaining 70% is due to the strategy. For example, CRO starts always with channel optimization, which means the source of the traffic is very, very important. You have to understand where the traffic is coming from. For example, how much revenue I'm getting through PPC, how much conversion happening through PPC, right? So, and how much traffic getting through SEO, how much traffic getting through email marketing, right? And where I have to spend my budget. Do I have to spend more on PPC or do I have to spend more on SEO? So that question is very, very important. Only after you do all these things, as I told you, the number one point, you have to track performance across all channels. You have to actually measure the conversion rate, ROAS, CPA, everything from your end. Then you have to start allocating more budget towards high converting channels, right? As I told you, if PPC is doing better, invest more over there. If SEO is doing more, means better for you, invest more over there. And then you have test campaigns for holiday specific landing pages. Which means, as Sean pointed out in the last kind of slides before, holiday CRO is no different than the normal CRO. Holiday CRO, you got a very short time to do this. You got very short traction, you got short time to attract to buyer towards your website. And you have to now start optimizing at every stage of the funnel. And next, after channel actually optimization, one more important channel which you have to cover whenever it comes to CRO, it's always email automations. Because it's like you got a person into your website, they are actually what means doing the entire journey. They're making the entire journey in the website, but due to some factors, they have to jump. They're jumping away from the website. They're going away from the website. How to bring them back, right? So it's very important you do a personalized campaign based on behavior. As I mentioned here, cart abandonment, right? It's one of the behavior. Suppose the person came to the checkout page and abandoned the cart. What email should go over there? If the person has done with the purchase, what email should go? Should I send them any offer? Should I give them any discount for them to come back? How should I make them like lifetime customer for me, right? So set up triggered email flows, right? For each behavior, actually, you have to automate the email flows from here, right? And then in the emails, focus on clear CTAs. So email automation is one of the important factor when it comes to CRO. All right, so we are jumping into kind of the experience factors right now. So we did split the entire segment into three, as I told you. Experience optimization, number one, and then we go for checkout and conversion flow, and then personalization and retention. So I'll start with experience optimization. Number one, it's always important, as you mentioned, page speed is a primary factor for any CRO. Because however you design the website from your end, however neat your website is, if it doesn't load on time, people are going to abandon the website immediately. So it's very important you have got the right speed for your website for people to have a good experience. So optimize the website for core websites. It helps in user experience as well as SEO also. Number two, product page optimization. See, out of all the pages you have on the website, product page is very it's a primary importance because that's where maximum interaction is going to happen. That is where that decision is going to happen. No, yes or no, whether I'm going to buy the product or not going to buy the product. So it's very important you optimize the product page in such a way that the product page has got all the relevant information for the users to decide action from their end, right? So if you look at the what is shown here, we got the title over here very, very clearly and very highlighted, simplified add to cart button, right? And reviews above the fold, right? And trust badge actually means we have here, say like we got we got the features over here, right? And then when it comes to add mobile, okay, we'll have sticky add to cart over there. So all the relevant information about the product should be present over there, and predominantly pricing, reviews, CTA, features, shipping information, ensure that everything is above the fold. So that the moment the user lands on a website, they are able to see all the relevant information they wanted for the product. Number two, as I told you earlier, urgency is good, but has to be ethical urgency. Just for the sake of having a running an offer, just for sake of getting more sales, you can't run a offer from your end. If you're going to do that, your actually trust is going to be at stake. People will not trust you and come and buy your website. So very important, you make your urgency authentic way from your end, right? So that's number three. Any questions? Anything you want to know so far? We have traveled because we covered around 7 to 8 slides so far. Any questions? Anybody wants to clarify? I think it's all good. Okay. So next we're going to look at number 4 fix. Okay. So now we are moving from experience to checkout and conversion flow. So the user is now convinced. So they have traveled till product page. They have decided to buy the product. Now what we should do is we actually have to ensure that I'm making these checkout experience smoother and very simple from my end. So earlier actually we used there used to be case where websites have 2-page checkout like that. Now it all simplified. It's all like one-page checkout. Get all the relevant information and make the login easier. Have guest options to check out, right? And then collect information. So as much as possible, the moment they cross the important section, the important phase in their jump, the buying journey, which is their crossed product page, they want to buy the product. Now it's a duty to ensure that the checkout is being simplified. That's the best thing you can do for a user from that end. And after that, yeah, mobile CRO. We saw a stat earlier which says the mobile conversion is still 30% lower than the desktops. We all know that e-commerce transactions happens more in mobile and not in desktop. For B2B, it's desktop. For e-commerce, it's always mobile. So what happens is that normally when our clients come to us, they actually come up with a point they want to optimize for desktop. But we recommend always to go start with mobile. You design, you optimize for mobile, from then you take it for desktop. As you mentioned rightly over here, design for thumbs, because that's what mostly is used for any transaction to happen, not desktops. So have larger CTAs, right? Simple navigation, clear payment visibility. These are all factors which will help in mobile conversions, right? So it means you mean when if you have a UI team with you, ensure that you talk with them and tell them to design for mobile first and mobile first strategy, then you go for desktop. That will increase your conversion predominantly. And number 6, build checkout trust. Why this is important? Because the user is okay with the product now. They're actually happy about the product, the features we have given from our end, right? They want to buy the product. But everybody has to come to a point whether my information is safe or not. Whether should I check out or not proper? No, whether that my payment information is going to happen properly or not. So if you look at the image in the left, it's very important you mention the payment options we have, also actually the trust factors we have. So because this is a final stage, once the person crosses this line, we have them as our customers. So this final stage is very, very important for us. So ensure that list out all the payment options from your end, all the trust factors, like not and security, everything from your end, and list the means another factor given over here is that more delivery returns. If you look at the easy returns, free and easy returns, this is very important when it comes to conversion, because when people see that there is a reason, my return is going to happen, or I have a simplified returns, means they are going to engage more with you. They're going to buy from your end. So building checkout trust is very, very important when it comes to conversions. And then cart recovery flows. as I told you, once the person is added to the cart, how am I going to do recover my cart, right? If you look at the means chart over here, when purchases done, then what email automation I'm going to do from my end. If purchase is not done, like cart abandonment, no means what I'm going to do from my end. All right. And also there no, you can also try one more of thing called exit intent pop-up. The moment no means you know the you feel that no the user is going to go away from your website, you can actually show them offers from your end to engage them again on your website, right? That actually improves conversion. Now, and number 8, personalized product recommendations. This is very important because in the current time, like, people are very short span in getting in researching about products on the website. So it is where the website is going to show them what they're looking for. If you're going to show in front of them immediately what they came for, they're going to buy for sure. So this experience is very, very important. So ensure that you are actually having this feature of personal product recommendation to improve your conversions. And after that, cross sells and upsells. This is very important because, say for example, when why cross sell and upsell, again I see this is CRO factor, and also it actually is going to increase your revenue as a whole, right? Because people are, say for example, I bought a shoe, I also will be requiring a socks over there, I also will require a polish over there. So if you're going to showcase means products mostly if you see the smart cross sells and upsells happens at two places normally. We actually show it in the product page or on the cart page. These are the two pages we show the cross sells upsells from our end, and it actually is proven to be a good revenue improvement from for all our clients. So the 10th layer, the 10th actually one is a AI layer. Okay. Now actually we are today 2025. So with AI in place, what can you do better, right? There are several AI things that has that has come for conversions. For example, AI search is there. Yeah, when it comes to AI search, there are actually what tools like Conversion Box is there, and then Algolia is there, and then Search Engine is there. They are providing a kind of a good AI search app from their end. The reason is that the stats says people who are engaging in your website search are actually 3 to 5 times, 3 to 5 times, they're better to convert than the ones who doesn't engage on your website search. So when they come and interact with your website search, when they find the products they want to buy, their journey becomes easier. So they're going to engage with your product, and then they're going to complete the process. So AI search is going to help you in all the ways. And dynamic merchandising. Dynamic merchandising, for example, nowadays what they are showing is, see, I have a high priority item. I have an item which has got more profit for me. I have a top selling item from my end, which I want to showcase. Right? It's like the moment you enter a supermarket, they decide what you want to see first. So we are deciding, dynamic merchandising, we have the option to showcase to different users what they want to see. So this actually improves in conversion also. And bundles and personalization. This actually helps in, as I told you, cross-selling, upselling options when it comes to cosmetics. When in the industries like cosmetic industries and then apparels industries, this bundling works in a really good way. They actually improve conversions a lot. So there are two AI tools again, like the conversion box is there, and then there are Clever is there. They're all helping out in bundles and personalization. Try to explore the AI features which is available for the websites, e-commerce websites, and implement them on your website so that it improves conversion for you. I think now is the right time for you guys, because you have this BFCM coming up. So we have 1 month time to know when's gap as moments almost. So you get an app and put it over the website and test it out from your end, and see how the conversion is improving for you guys. Okay, and product filters, fourth one, helps users in finding the products in the quickest possible time. Normally, if it takes say 3 to 5 minutes for a user to identify products in your website, the smart product filters will actually make it in seconds. So faster the identification, quicker the purchase. And the last one actually we have here, product finder and quiz, right? Product finder and quiz is basically, they think this again will be helpful for healthcare segment, supplement segment, cosmetic segments, and then glasses and glass segments, because people want to know whether this will actually fit for me or not. Automotive segments, because people again know they want to buy certain products which they're not sure about. So we actually guide there are apps to guide them from the starting itself. Starting with, say, example, if it's kind of automotive, it will start from asking about the vehicle, what registration, sorry, vehicle model, and then year. Then we will recommend the right accessories for them. When it comes to cosmetics, it will actually ask for whether the dry skin or no soft skin, as oil skin, like that. There, from it will guide from starting to end on identifying the right product for the users. So, right, with the actually this slide is basically for us to understand there are products in EA available. Utilize them for your own benefits and make the best out of the BFCM. Okay, and yeah, so I just went through the slides quickly from my end. So any questions so far? I mean, whatever you have from your end. Anybody has got any questions to ask about this CRO point? Any BFCM questions you have in mind? As I told you, holiday CRO is different, and then the normal CRO is different. And there are means we covered about the experience optimization from our end, and checkout flows from our end, and personalization, then AI tools also. Right? We will share this slide with you all, means for you to go through means again on means now when you get time in a convenient way. And we are available here to guide you in all the aspects. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Great. Adam actually has mentioned that they put out a quiz over there and it's worked good for them. Really good, Adam. Thank you. Thanks for that. All right. So I think without actually, means we're coming to the end. If actually looking for any complimentary, what holiday CRO audit, you can actually utilize, you can scan this QR code from your end, and then you can ask for the complimentary holiday CRO audit, which which you're providing to all the customers for this BFCM holiday season from our end. I think that's it. That's what I have, Shan, from me to share today. Over to you, Shan. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was everything. You mentioned the complimentary audit, correct? For the attendees?
Yes. Yes. This is the kind of when they if you have the QR code, when you scan the QR code, it will take us to the calendar. So means our calendar. You can book your slot. We prepare the holiday CRO from our end and present it to you from our end.
Yes, and we highly recommend, if you are interested, book ASAP, because next thing you know, Black Friday is right around the corner. So you're going to blink and it's going to be end of November. So if this is something that you wanted before the holiday season, we highly recommend reaching out this week or next week.
Cool. Great. Fine. That's it, Sean, for today.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll have a next session shortly. Yeah.
Everyone have a great day.
Yeah.